big game for Scottie tonight. Career high, triple-double as well. How big was he on both ends to help you weather the San Miguel storm and carry you to this very convincing win?
Well, I don't know. I didn't even know that Scottie was putting that kind of numbers up. You know, we're just trying to figure out a way to win. It was a quiet triple-double in my mind. I don't know, maybe the fans knew it was going on, but I didn't know it was going on. He was really just all over the court, and you know, we moved the ball so much better today, made their defense work. We had 30-plus assists tonight, and when we can make 30-plus assists, that's when we're really at our best. And so the guys really embraced the idea of ball movement tonight. I really appreciate that. Ginebra had a tough night. I don't know if it's his shoulder or what, but he was missing some shots that he normally makes. But we'll take that, you know, whatever edge we can get. I think the biggest problem we have with this team is just believing that we can beat them. I think that's the hardest thing for us to overcome. You know, they're such a legendary team in the All Filipino. You know, Ginebra is legendary. It's quite intimidating to play them, and I think that we just gotta, you know, we gotta really internalize the idea that we can beat them, and I felt we kind of had that tonight. I didn't feel like we had that in Game 3, that sense that we could win, but I think we had that tonight, and that's really the biggest battle I think that we have to overcome, just to believe that we can beat this team. You know, you look out there, you see Ross and Lassiter and CJ and Ginebra. Just looks like such a formidable team, and then you add Troyano and Jericho. It's really tough.
Thank you, Coach, for now opening the floor to the media.
Coach,
I think you have more questions for Scottie than you did me. I'm all waiting for you, Scott. First time in 35 years, 36 years, sorry, that a guy's had 30-plus points in a triple-double. Wow. Not for me. You can't afford it.
Scottie,
Yeah.
congrats sa triple-double, 38 points. Scottie, trailing kayo the first quarter. Yung bang 38 points mo, was it more of kailangan maging aggressive pa na sa offense or depende din sa flow ng laro, especially nung trailing kayo ng malaki at start?
I think first and foremost, we want to thank God for the win tonight. I think we fought hard, no? We battled every quarter. So luckily, I think just a good night for me. Yung rebound namin as a team, yun yung pinaka-important, and I think especially on defensive end. So malimit naman yung cards nila. Of course, Ginebra, that's the main key. But overall, we got the W, and lucky for me.
Minus 3 pala, sorry. Bukod natin sa 35 mo, 35, may 11 points, 11 rebounds and 11 assists ka. Mayroon ba yun na, yun nga, mahingit ka sa offense and then ginagawa mo pa rin yung usual job mo on both ends?
I think credit din sa mga teammates ko. I think overall we lift up each other, we help each other. We stay together through ups and downs, and mahirap of course, especially guarding key players nila.
You can keep asking this guy the same question, and he'll keep deflecting it to other people. He won't take any credit at all. This has been his thing throughout his whole career. So let me just say, it was a legendary performance. I think we're going to remember this one for a long time. And Scottie is the most humble guy you'll ever meet, maybe outside of Ginebra. Maybe Ginebra may be a little more humble than you, I don't know. So it's a competition. And we see that on the Gilas team. But it's no doubt it's a legendary performance, and you know, I think he came out, he was more aggressive tonight than you know, he was looking for things, and I think the more he became a threat, the more he was able to open up lanes for him to make passes as well. And so I mean, but like Scottie said earlier in the interview outside, every game is different. So Right now, it's just 2-2. It's a best of 3 at this point. We can see what happens in Game 5.
Ito lang. After the night, 35 points, parang you think ito yung kailangan mong gawin in the next games for you guys to have a chance?
No, like Coach Sim said, every game is different. No, hopefully, no, the same approach, but mas maganda, mas mainitan ba. But it's hard to be the same game every time. So every game is different, but yung intensity, yung approach namin every game should be more better.
Coach, San Miguel was shooting the lights out in the first quarter.
They were bad, they were.
But in the second quarter, you outscored them 30-19.
Well, they were, I think, 9 for 13 from the three-point line in the first quarter, which, I mean, all we could do was try to weather the storm. We were actually shooting the ball pretty well right back at them, but they were just continuing to extend. I think they got out to like 13 or 15 points, and but the guys did a great job of just weathering the storm. I mean, they came out firing, but you know, they kept their poise. They stuck to what we wanted to do, and it started to turn around for us. They were 2 for 10, I think, in the second quarter, and 9 to 13 for the first quarter. We kept saying during timeouts that they'll cool down. They'll cool down. You just got to keep going at them, keep going at them, and this guy was really showing a lot of leadership during those timeouts. Really talking to the guys, telling them, you know, it was one of those nights where just Scottie just refused to lose tonight.
Coach, good evening. Coach, 34 assists. Do you recall any of your teams in the past having that many assists?
Oh yeah, we have, yeah. We've had that many times. We get up to 40 sometimes. So that's our goal. We want to get 30 assists. I mean, like I said earlier, when we get 30 assists, that's the game. We know we're playing the game we want to play. There was a couple of conferences where we almost averaged 28, 29 assists a game, and we were getting a lot. That was with Justin. So, you know, Justin creates a lot for us. Between his assists and Scottie's assists, we usually get a lot. So when Justin's not here, we don't get quite as much, but we still, our goal is to get 30 assists.
Coach, recently had 7
assists, yes, as well. You know, I had a short conversation with Jason before the game. I just told him that he's got to let the game come to him a little bit. Sometimes he gets so excitable and plays a little bit beyond himself, but when he allows the game to come to him, he's so dynamic. I always tell him that he reminds me of Jimmy Butler and the kind of game he plays. You know, he's little body, I mean, he's wide body, can play bigger than he is, and very versatile. And I know Jimmy Butler well because I followed the Miami Heat so closely. So, you know, he's always reminded me of Jimmy way back when, but now he's getting an opportunity to show that at this point. You know, he's not as good as Jimmy Butler, but relative to our league, you know, he plays a very similar game, similar type game.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, looks like the team had a lot of energy. Had 4 blocks in one possession, I think, and then you were running against them. Let's talk about that fourth quarter.
Well, we were talking about second wind, right? You know, we looked tired, I felt, in games 2 and games 3, and we were talking yesterday about getting a second wind. And even going into the fourth quarter, we mentioned it again. We got to look for that second wind and come out with it because, you know, I just felt that last time we were a little bit slow getting back on defense. We were a little bit slow to the loose balls and just started to show some fatigue. And ironically, we had a kind of a difficult practice yesterday just to kind of work our way through things, and then we came out and played with this kind of energy. So guess what, Scottie? We're going to have another hard practice tomorrow. If it works, you keep at it, right? So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we did certainly play with a lot more energy tonight. You know, when you get going and the crowd gets going, when we hear the crowd, it really lifts our energy level. And we made some plays that made the crowd respond. So we kind of fed on that, and that kind of infused us with the spirit we needed down the stretch.
All right, that wraps it up. Thank you so much, Coach Tim and Scottie. Congratulations.